Hello fellow sim racers. If it feels like it's been quite a while since I made a video about an Assetto Corsa mod, well, it's because it has. There's been a lot of interesting stuff happening in the sim racing world, so I've been a bit distracted. But to make up for it, today I'm featuring two mods that I've been playing around with quite a lot over the last 2 weeks. The Maserati Tipo 61, produced by Pessio, is joined here by the Jaguar D Type by Samuel Rodger, and both mods are available for free over on Race Department. Examples of the Maserati Tipo 61, otherwise known as the Maserati Birdcage, and the Jaguar D Type were entered into the 1960 running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, though none made it to the finish. By 1960, the previously dominant Jaguar was no longer the car to beat, tamed by a reduction in displacement to 3 litres. On the other hand, the new Tipo 61 entered the race as a firm favourite, having taken victory at the previous round of the World Sports Car Championship at the Nürburgring. The cars from the Italian marque proved to be fast but fragile, and failed to make an impression on the Great Race. However, stateside, the elegant Tipo 61 notched up some very impressive results. So, with the context out of the way, onto the mods themselves. These are two cars that exemplify just why Assetto Corsa is still relevant. Let's be honest, interest in late 1950s and early 60s sports cars is fairly limited, so getting access to anything like this in a racing sim is always a treat. Starting out with the Maserati, this thing is a work of art. Pessio has captured the elegant form of the prototype with aplomb, and while the mod is still a work in progress, I think it's fair to say that it's pretty easy on the eyes. I am in no way qualified to talk about how accurate the driving experience is, having never driven anything even remotely similar, but what I can say is that it feels believable. When you open up the throttle on corner exit, the gentle power slides that were so characteristic from footage of the period are very much evident. What's more is it feels progressive and controllable. Other cars I've driven in Assetto Corsa can have a habit of feeling quite edgy in this regard, making it very tricky to balance the slip using your right foot, but that's not the case with the Tipo 61, which feels very intuitive and, dare I say it, drivable. Moving on to the Jaguar, and this is another mod that's still a work in progress. As such, there are a few rough edges that are still to be ironed out, but as it stands, it's a very usable car. The driving experience isn't too dissimilar from the Maserati, although it's perhaps a little less forgiving once you get back on the power. Whatever the case, the tyres on both of these cars allow for a decent amount of slip, which, for me at least, means fun. The purpose of this video wasn't really to take a deep dive into both of these cars. I figured that if they're of interest to anyone watching, they're probably already being downloaded by this stage of the video. But what I did want to highlight was just how lucky I feel to be a sim racer in 2019. I can't think of a time where there's been more quality content, and for that matter, diverse content than there is right now. And quality is the key word here. There have been plenty of questionable official releases and mods for sims in the past, including for Assetto Corsa. But I don't think it's too controversial to suggest that things have hit a bit of a stride in the last 12 to 18 months or so, at least as far as the modding community is concerned. As someone that jumps on pretty much any classic sports car content, I'm probably not the most objective person on this subject, but you know what? I've really enjoyed driving these cars. If you're interested in downloading the Maserati and the Jaguar, then they're both available for free from Race Department, and I've put links in the video description. And before I go, just a quick note, I'll be at the Nürburgring next week as part of my duties with the SRO eSport GT series, so if any of you guys are going to Sim Racing Expo, which is happening at the same place and at the same time, it would be great to say hi. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, it would be great if you could hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can see more content like this in the future. So all that's left to say is goodbye, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.